just putting a quick video together for you called 5 Reasons You're Not Getting Laid. Now, the reality is guys come to our site for many reasons, but some of the most common reasons are they want to find a loving girlfriend, they want to find a relationship, they want some companionship, they want to be loved and accepted, but as well as that primal instinct, there's that urge that just does not go away. Guys want to have sex with women. It's just inbuilt into us, we want it, and if you're not getting it, it's very hard to focus on anything else in life. You know, no matter what you're achieving in your career or study, how many friends you got, you know, how good your relationship is with your family, if you're not having sex with women, if you're not having that area of your life fulfilled, it can just leave you with an empty feeling inside, like something is just missing and you just can't fill it up with anything else. No amount of hobbies, no amount of wasting time, you know, watching TV or movies or whatever. If you don't have women in your life, it's there's just a huge hole there, just a huge, big part missing in your life. Alright, so reason number 1 that you're not getting laid is you're not going out enough. Over all the years, all the guys that I've coached, all the stories that I've heard via email and so on, there's a common thread there, and that is the guys that aren't getting any action basically just don't go out enough. They might have met a girl 6 months ago or a year ago, or they went out once last month, or they went out 3 times last month and they didn't approach women. We'll get to that soon, but for the most part, guys that don't go out enough just don't get laid. And the reason for that is that, you know, you may have noticed if you sit around the couch and watch TV or you just waste time on the internet just looking at just crappy sites with, you know, that really aren't changing your life, then you don't get a knock on the door and, you know, there's a beautiful woman there, just a random beautiful woman that says, oh hi, you know, I want to be your girlfriend, I want to have sex right now. That just doesn't happen. Right? So if you want to get laid, if you want to get women into your life, you've got to go out. Got to go out to meet them. Okay, so reason number 2. About reason number 1, you might say, hey, I go out plenty, Dan. I go out on the weekends, I go out with my friends, or I go out by myself, I go out during the week when I'm at work, or when, you know, when I'm out doing my studies or whatever. So I'm going out plenty, how come I'm not getting laid? Or how come I don't have a girl that loves me in my life? Reason number 2 is you're probably not approaching enough women, or approaching at all. There's an obvious reason why you need to approach a woman to get somewhere. You need to approach a woman because if you don't approach her, she's just going to be something that you looked at. She might as well have been a picture on the internet or a video on the internet. That's all she's ever going to be to you. There's going to be no connection there between you. She's not going to know that you existed, basically. But there's another main reason why you need to approach women, and it's got to do with attraction. Women mainly feel attraction for how a guy makes her feel. Right? This is why we're often talking at the Bottom Man about confidence, masculinity, humour, flirting, great conversation, all that sort of stuff, right? However, if you don't go over and talk to her and attract her with that sort of stuff, what is she going to judge you on? She's got nothing else to judge you on but your style and your looks. You know, and if you're not the best looking guy in the world, like most guys are just average looking guys, then, you know, you're not going to get the girl going out of her way to come over and approach you. Doesn't matter how good the shirt is that you're wearing or the new cologne that, you know, the advertisement said, you know, attracts women. It's all a bunch of crap, right? You've got to approach her and attract her with who you are, and that is going to be the most powerful attraction. Over the years, I've gotten emails from quote-unquote good-looking guys, and they'll say, you know, I'm tall, I'm you know, muscly, you know, I think I'm good-looking, but I haven't been able to get a girlfriend or get laid, you know, for the last X amount of years. And, you know, it just backs up this whole thing that I'm talking about. Guys like that think that they're going to get women because of their looks, but it's not what women are mainly interested in. You know, if you believe what you see in the media and in Hollywood movies and things, you'll think that the tall, dark and handsome thing is where it's at, and if you don't have that, you're screwed. But if you're intelligent and observant, you'll look when you're out in public situations, and you'll see that all sorts of dudes have hot women. Random, all sorts of dudes, like short, bald, chubby, awkward looking, nerdy looking, this nationality, that nationality, it doesn't matter. And you know it, you've seen it yourself, right? Why do these guys have girls like that and you don't? Why are these guys getting laid? They've approached the girl, they've spoken to her, and they've attracted her. Reason number 3 why you're not getting laid is that you're most likely not making women feel sexual attraction for you. You got to make women feel sexual attraction for you. You got to make them feel it when you talk to them, by the way that you're looking at them, the way that you're behaving, for example, with your masculinity, flirting, with your conversation, the way that you're touching her, all that sort of stuff, your body language, all that adds up to making her feel sexual attraction for you. If you don't, she's just going to see you as a friend type and you're not going to get laid. It's just as simple as that. You have to make women feel sexual attraction. Reason number 4 why you're probably not getting laid is that you don't believe you can, right? A lot of guys secretly go through life believing that women, won't want to have sex with them. Like, not me. There's this wrong with me or that wrong with me. I don't have this or I don't have that. Or I'm not ready yet, or all that sort of stuff. Or I'm not good enough for these reasons. If you go through life with that, that's what your life's going to be. But as I said before, if you're intelligent and you're observant, you will stop and look and you'll pay attention and you will see that all sorts of guys are with beautiful women. All sorts of guys are getting laid. I've got women who are in love with them. They're having great relationships because they believe that they can. Of course, some guys luck their way into it and fumbled their way into the relationship. But look, for the most part, a lot of these guys are just naturally better with women than you are, or than I was when I used to suck with women. Now I get it, and that's why I'm here teaching you, because I don't want you to have to go through that crap anymore. I want you to have control over this area of your life. Okay, and reason number 5 why you're not getting laid is that you probably don't realise how easy it is. A lot of guys look at, going out there and finding a girl and having sex as a big deal. But the reality is that it's a very natural and normal thing that humans do. And women want it just as much as men do. If women didn't want it, you wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here either. Because our parents wouldn't have had sex, and the parents before them, and the parents before them. Everyone all over the world wants it and is doing it. And it's not a difficult thing to do, especially in the very liberated modern world that we live in. Taboo. It's no longer taboo for a woman to have sex before marriage. In fact, it's often encouraged these days because parents don't want their children rushing into marriage and then getting divorced in this complex modern world that we live in. It's socially acceptable and it's okay. So when you're going over and you're talking to a woman, her natural instinct, if you make her feel attraction, is to want you. Now, if you know the techniques of being able to talk to her and then move things forward towards sex and into a dating relationship and then beyond and having the girl fall in love with you, then it's a very natural, easy process. If you're watching this video now, you probably don't find it that easy. You probably find it difficult. You may find it difficult to approach women in the first place. Or you may find it difficult to keep the woman interested once you've got her attention. Whatever the issue is for you, whatever the reason is that you're being held back from success with women, I want to tell you, you don't have to suffer from that anymore. You can change it. It's not some difficult thing or something that only a small percentage of guys can do. Like, I've personally met the guys that use our information, our advice, and I've coached them. I've coached guys for many years, all sorts of guys. And I guarantee you that if you're watching this now, you're very similar to some of the guys I've coached. Sure, you're going to have your own personal story and your own reasons and things like that, but you'll find that there are very common things that slow guys down. And they include things like lack of belief in themselves, not knowing how to approach women, not knowing how to talk to women properly and keep a conversation going, keep it interesting, not knowing how to get a woman sexually attracted, being unsure of themselves when it comes to actually kissing the woman or touching her or moving it forward, all that sort of stuff. If you want to learn how to overcome that, we've got all the techniques here at The Modern Man.
Let's talk now about having sex on the first night that you meet a girl. This is often referred to as one-night stands. I'll point out that it's not essential for success with women in dating. It comes down to a personal choice. A lot of guys like to get phone numbers and have a few dates and then move towards dating relationship, then have sex. Some guys want to wait till marriage. Whatever your decision is fine. Personally, I think one-night stands are a hell of a lot of fun. It's a great way to speed up the process of actually getting a girlfriend and moving towards a relationship because you've crossed the sex barrier, so it's, what next? Let's start dating. It really just moves things forward very quickly. If you don't know how to read the signals and hints that women give out when they want to have sex on the first night that they meet you, you're going to miss out on a lot of great opportunities. So let's get into that.